Hey, thanks for tuning into another video. This one's slightly different. We're not talking about the Vostroyan army that we're building, we're talking about this, the little combat table that I've made. So you can play 40k on loads of different size tables. They have Kill Team on a 22" by 30 board. You have Combat Patrol and Incursion on a 44" by 30. You go up to Strike Force on a 44 by 60" board, and they recommend for Onslaught you have a 44" by 90, which is a nice size, but most sort of dining room tables will take a 44" by 60 board. You can play on a dining room table, you can play on anything that you want to. And Games Workshop have made loads of cool printed boards for things like Kill Team, and you can buy tiles. There's so much variety out there, but this is quite an old school way of doing it. This is a textured table that I've built. This is one half of it. This is modular, so it can be increased in size to go all the way up to a Strike Force game. At the moment, this is in its 44" by 30 configuration. What I've done as well is I've made it so that you can obviously do a smaller board size, a Kill Team size on here of 22" by 30. So the next few photos that you're going to see are just the Kill Team board that you can do. So I've laid out some terrain to boundary the Kill Team environment. So the road surfaces that run down the sides, they form two of the sides, and then the track that runs down here is another, and the pipeline across this edge is the final size, and that in the middle of the board makes a Kill Team size board. So it means we can still use this surface for Kill Team. Take those bits off and then it's Combat Patrol and Incursion, and then put the other half on a bigger space, and then we've got our Strike Force size of 44 by 60. It's a really nice modular thing to have. Also, having these LEDs is just a little bit of bling that we never used to have when I was playing 18 years ago. So it's nice to have that little touch of something slightly less classy that I think makes it. So the video that follows this just takes us through how we made it, the steps we had, and the photos that you can see now are just showing the finished product. So we've got a few bits of scenery, painted and unpainted, and a few models in there as well. Just creates a really nice surface for everyone to play on. I'm really looking forward to getting the rest of my scenery and my units painted so that when I'm playing everything can look as good as this board. But I hope you enjoy this video, and like I say, like and subscribe if you like what you see. Check out my other videos, and the Instagram Vostroyan 108. Thanks very much. Just going to let that first coat of paint sink into the wood. I'm going to put a second coat of paint down on it a little later on, and then we'll start to just build a bit of texture on it, a little bit more colour, put some darker colours in. Then we can fit the edges on. I'm only going to do this first board the first for Incursion and Combat Patrol, and then I can do the other one in my own time, but I just wanted to show you guys the process of doing this one, so we'll come back in a bit. Hey, so that's dried that first coat. What that's done is that started to sink into the wood. That's going to seal the whole thing. We're going to add another coat, same colour, but we're going to add a bit of sand and grit to give it a bit of texture. So let's make that up. So what I've done is I've marked out on the board where a kill team size board would be, which is 22 by 30 inch board. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to border it with some roads, just painted on in brown, just quite loosely to signify mud, and then I'm going to put a pipeline in as well. So I'm just going to mark on where a pipeline is going to go, which is going to create the boundaries around the kill team board. That technique that I was just doing, it's called spatter. You may notice it's quite a lot brighter in here. I've turned on another couple of lights just to get some heat on this to help it dry quicker. That's called spatter. It's where you literally spatter what you're painting with darker colours, lighter colours, just breaks up the surfaces really nicely. I'm just going to try and zoom in a little bit from where we are, and then you might be able to get a better look. You can see the spatter all across the top of that. We'll have a much closer look in a minute when we've got the next coat on. I'll come back shortly. Just applying a wash, a dark wash to the whole thing, just to take some of the lightness off the board. So it's just a bit of black paint, a bit of super saturated black that's really watered down, like really watered down. So I've got sort of half a cup of water here, just a couple of teaspoons of paint, really mix it up, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, we're just going to let the whole board dry, and then we're going to see how it looks. Kind of excited. Perfect. Hi. So we've got our wash on. That's nearly dried now. I'm just going to try and get the edging on around the board. This is going to be the last thing we're going to do today until it's completely dried. And then next time we come back to it, we'll be fitting some LED lights. This is our finished Combat Patrol and Incursion size board, which I'm really happy with. It's come out really nicely. We'll get some scenery on it soon and see how it looks in game with the LEDs in too. We'll come back soon.